All right. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to this bonus reading starting November 16th, 2025. Hopefully, you have watched the other reading about the general energy, and that led you to come look at this one. If not, go back and watch that video, and it will explain to you why I say the fourth, the 11th, and the seventh houses and the energy that's in those. Okay. So again, understand one, that whole death and accident energy is for everybody and it's possible every day of the week in different areas. Starting for you, there's other energies that are going to become important. So the ninth house I mentioned as well in my other video. So starting out with you in the fourth house is that you're not satisfied. You're not satisfied with what's going on at home because you're not satisfied with your relationship with other people, specifically your mother, your spouse, or someone that's that close to you. You're not happy with that. So you're having a little bit of a problem with that relationship. And you would like to move, it looks like. You would like to relocate or change the situation, but you don't have that figured out. That's where the energy starts. You also have the energy in the let's see, the Pisces, the Saturn and Pisces energy is in your 11th house starting out. And of course, it's like the 11th house is lessons, and you're being called to learn the lessons of diligence and focus and being able to follow through on something, being able to pick up a habit that's good, that helps you move your life forward, because without that, you're stuck and you're imprisoned in a cycle. And you would like to break out of that cycle, but in order to do that, then you have to do some other things, right? You have to make a new plan and follow it through for 30 days, right? You have to not become overly emotional and not give up when things don't look like they're working. You might even have to do some things for 90 days instead of the 30 days. Okay. There's definitely a spotlight on your other relationships, your contracts, your partnerships, your not just contracts and partnerships like a marriage, but also in business. So you have to be diligent. You may be changing the terms of a contract, or you may need to change the terms of a contract. And this week is the week to look into that. And there, right now, there is also the moon energy, which brings about discernment, is in your fifth house, which is also about discernment and intuition, not just children, not just pleasure, not just having a little bit of fun and some money in that aspect. It is also about being in touch with your emotions and understanding where your emotions are leading you in the right direction and your intuition is leading you in the right direction, or where they are a hindrance to your progress. Journaling would help you. Writing down how you feel and whether or not there was some viable information that came from that feeling. So if you were angry over something, was the anger legitimate? You can only process that emotion afterwards. It's difficult to process it in the midst of. A lot of that is going to be happening for you. So let's go and look at some other energies in general. Definitely a presence of a feminine type energy helping you in your home matters, which require an awful lot of attention this week. That seems to be the biggest place for you is the home. The second place for you is the body. Lots of energy around your person, you, yourself, your head, your that could be your feeling of you could have a cold or you could feel like you're just a little off in your body. Your intuition is speaking to you and you need to listen and do the due diligence, whatever it takes to figure that out. Yes, there's some activity in your actual, again, more activity in your health. You're not exactly 100% this week, whatever that looks like for you. You know what your 100% is. there's a reoccurrence happening. Now, there is some good luck in travel. On the 18th or so, travel is favorable for you. Travel favorable to travel for different things. It looks good. So if you have to go someplace, looks like that would be a good trip to take. Um, Definitely highlighting health issues, death issues. You may have to travel for a funeral of some sort or someone else's health situation outside of you. You need to return to an old routine that you had for your health, whether that was you used to get up at 5 a.m. and go running, or you used to go swimming or something. There was a routine that you let go, and the midst of everything else that was going on in your life, you let it go. That is impacting your mental state, not just your physical state, but your mental state, because that physical thing that you were doing for your health was actually allowing you to process your emotions. And so now, where you have felt a little bit out of sorts with your emotions, it's because you stopped doing that thing. And go back, check your notes. What is it that about you that's no longer the same? And as far as the physical activity, even if it was, oh, once a week, I used to go walking at the park or I used to do grounding, whatever that is, you need to bring that back into your routine. You're being called to go back to that, bring it back because you gave it up and it was something that you needed to keep. Stretching would also be beneficial for you because the old man bone energy is only because you aren't moving and oiling your joints. So for you, definitely, uh, you might be the person that the water aerobics that came up in the original reading might be for. Water aerobics might be more beneficial for you because that came up for the group and that might be specific for you. That taking up water aerobics would be beneficial. Yes, meeting people is happening. It is taking place. However, some of these people are not the people you want to meet. You're not clear. You're not clear on what type of person. Um, I see this give me anything kind of energy and give me anything is not the reality of what you want. You are very specific in the type of person you want. Not you don't just want to be loved. You do want to be nurtured, which is the mothering energy, and you do want someone to see you for who you are. And part of you wants someone that can help you with a vision that you have. You do want a little bit of conflict, but the good kind of conflict, the sexual conflict, and you do want to feel alive when you're with the person, yet you're meeting people that are missing some of those elements and you're like this might be good enough and it's not good enough. So as you meet those people, especially this week, you might just need to say it's a no and move forward so that you can have space for the type of person that is more in line with what you truly need in a partner. Let's look at this. See, intuition definitely on point, but your intuition is there's a lot of different indicators for you. Like you're if you are clairvoyant, your abilities seem to be heightened this week. So you're going places, you're walking into the store and you're smelling something and you're being triggered your intuition is being triggered by the smell, or you're touching something and your intuition is being triggered by the touch as well as the hearing. So you have multiple things that are triggering your clairvoyant skills. Pay attention to those, and you might dismiss it at first because it's not what normally happens, but this seems to be the shift because there's a spiritual shift that's happening with you as well this week, and this may be that shift in your actual gifts and them becoming more up to the front, the forefront, right? So, and you have to work to get in line with those, which by the way, they will be more intense for 2026. Is there something that your ancestors taught you, your maternal ancestors, tradition that was passed down through them that you gave up on? Whatever that is, bring that back. It may have also taken place with the father side of the family, but I see it more so with the mother side of the family. Hmm. You have to, one, focus, but also put your ego in check. Put your ego in check when you're dealing with other people. Just because you may have intuition and intuition may be correct does not mean that you have to force that onto someone else or that there's a need to argue with someone else because you may tear relationships and not be able to repair them. Sometimes it's better to know and move forward than to know and make it a big deal for someone else. It's not a good time to be moody. It's not a good time to be petty or pouty because you want things to go your way. There has to be a level of cooperation this week. It's vital this week because the violence level is so high that in trying to work with people and get things to go your way, some people may snap and lose it. Okay. And it'd be best not to do that. And cancer, that would hurt you in the long run because although you can let go of people, you still think about them. Career, definitely going to have some energy, a lot of energy in the career. And that is on the 20th. And that energy is just things not, it's chaotic, it's rush, it's deadlines, it's more deadlines and too many deadlines and too much to do and feels like not enough time to do it. That's where the meditation would come into play, the taking a breath and going outside, grounding. Um, some places offer like yoga on site, different things that you can do, listening to some calming music. There's a lot of different things that you can do to assist you. You end the week with a focus back on the self, the body, and the need to move the body and explore. You have to balance the cold and the heat that you're getting in your body because too much heat could lead to issues with the right. So you have to be careful with that and too much stress, right? So, okay, Cancer, that's your end of your bonus reading. Let me know in the comments if this resonates with you and what kind of week you end up having. Oh, oh wait, I just saw one other thing. That's a different energy that pop. Ooh, Cancer. Look here, there might be some scandal this week. You do have the ability to overcome the scandal, and you might decide to take some risk, and there is a focus on addiction this week. And maybe your father figure can assist you with getting past the addiction. Okay, be well.